All right, we're on.
All right, let's stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Everyone but Mr. Mack is here tonight.
Okay. Approval of the board meeting minutes dated May 5th, 2014.
I move we approve the minutes as submitted May 5th, for May 5th.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
Discussion?
Ed,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Paul. Yes.
Okay, public commentary, there is no public. We need to wait for public to come in, so we're gonna close public commentary now. And reports, road commissioner.
I have no written one today, I'll give you verbal. I was down in county this morning at 7 for sign up with MFT. We're doing 6.5 miles of A1 with MFT money, that's motor fuel money. We'll be doing from Corning Road from Route 1 all the way to Stony. We're gonna do, should let the map. Ashland, that end of mile of Ashland. So, and then that's going out for bid through the county for the oil. Ashland is all tore up the first half mile, or just shy of a half mile. We put 1,700 ton of stone on it in the last week, rolled it today and stuff, so that one's at final lift right now. That one came out pretty nice. Reason that road failed, there was a whole 4 inches of stone under there on the average. So, we've got a few complaints with Duster. Yeah. Patching's ongoing, and like I say, we're busy with that. And I told you all about the doors. We found the problem with it. It was a button that the wind blowing, the door would open.
That's fixed now.
That's fixed. He said he guaranteed it.
Okay. So that the next time it fails, please can call him up then.
Yeah. What I told him, I said, it's guaranteed. He said, yep.
Okay.
Otherwise, we got the weeds cut out here. We had a little problem with the school district with not doing the septic field. We got away on them, so we cut that down, and we have to cut it one more time, and then they should be able to get it cut.
The, how far does the septic field go down?
Straight across here, all the way down.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it was the first guy that cut it that forgot.
Yeah, that was the first guy that cut it. Because I didn't know it went all the way down. I thought the property stopped right beyond these trees here.
Yeah. So I had to wait dry enough so I could get the big tractor on there.
Yeah.
But,
It's no longer a functional field, right?
oh yeah, it's fully functional. We haven't hooked up yet. We get pumped twice a year.
Okay.
But,
Well, now it's being cut on a regular basis, I know.
Yes,
Yes.
it's being taken care of. We had miscommunication. I was only gonna plow half their snow otherwise.
Well, you said what had to be cut, you just kind of pointed around.
Well, how long you been around here? I know you're working on it, but we have to get signs or something for this garbage out here. It is terrible. I mean, I spent probably a half hour, 45 minutes picking up what I could pick up, and then I couldn't put them nowhere because the garbage cans were all full. I mean,
No, well, we'll get into that one.
okay, that is an issue, and, but otherwise, any questions?
It's not a question, but, do you think in the 4th of July, maybe, we could get the flagpole,
Yeah,
in?
whenever you're ready.
Whenever I'm ready. You have a,
I can get a postal digger.
okay,
We have one here.
and you have the foundation and the pole,
Yeah,
you just have to get some bags of concrete.
yeah. Whenever you're ready, you'll do it.
Okay, all right.
And that's an easy fix. I'll put it on his bed.
All right, it'll be sooner than later, it won't be this week. yeah.
And we got off of one of the other ones too, we got a call about our Illinois flag being ripped, and, it was disgusting, and I said, well, I almost made a bet that it wasn't ours, because we didn't have any flagpoles.
Oh, yeah.
It was a village.
Okay. Now what about the old pole foundations that are in it? You think we can get those out? Okay, all right, well, good, well, then maybe next week sometime.
Call me if you guys need a hand, I'll help you put that.
Maybe we
on.
need a tow truck.
No, just give me a call if you guys need a hand putting it up.
Okay, good. Assessor, Carol gave nothing, I don't believe. Clerk?
Just as an FYI, after the last meeting, I had 3 FOIA requests. One of them was for over 100 documents.
100 hours? or
100 documents.
Documents.
And, I know that Tom helps with that.
Yes,
and
it
Tom
costs-
charged to help.
Yes,
get
it
the
cost the
FOIA.
township money because some of the information that you needed was from payroll, QuickBooks, stuff like that, and so it cost township money.
How much roughly was the cost? Again, just adding up time.
I don't think we got.
We got the, I think we
Did you get it
did,
already?
yeah, I don't, might have been an hour or something like
Well, I
that.
mean, between all your work and,
Oh,
I mean, just, well,
Well, Brooke helped,
Right.
and that was an hour. Teresa did some work for him. No, yeah, I think Teresa did some work on it because they needed information from the town transportation fund, so she had a few hours in it, and I know I had at least 10.
Plus the copy,
plus that.
But it was all free because it was electronically filed. I
Oh.
wanted it electronically.
So
You
we
still gotta
couldn't-
make copies.
Couldn't bill it, but we still had cost.
Yeah, oh yeah, it cost the township residents. Yeah. And most of the information, a lot of the information was on the website.
You can't refer to that?
No, once it's requested, I have to honor the request.
I think we've, there's the website for the state's attorney's website about FOIA stuff. And,
There must be.
no, there is, right? And then, Joe, you looked at it, you
Yeah.
see whether or not electronic, or if it's on a public website or information site already, whether or not that would suffice for a
And-
FOIA request.
And the other thing that's, it's the law, but if you submit a FOIA request, a request is one request if you have requesting one document or 500 documents. It's one
It's in the
request.
same,
But there is a limit to how many requests you can ask for. However, there's not a limit to how many things you can ask for on the request, which it is what it is, so.
Let's not forget that in the Torma News last month, they were telling Joe, there's a bill presently in this legislature that can charge a reasonable amount of money for FOIA requests. So,
There's already one in there, for pieces of paper that are asked for, like Joe said, if it's electronic, it says you can't.
If they ask us for it to be sent electronically, so it's an email file, but
Right.
you still have to put the email file
Still
together.
gotta do the work, but.
You still gotta do the
or
work.
scan it in, or
Yes,
whatever you gotta
yeah,
do.
so it was 10 hours, and it was a whole, basically a 3/4 of a Saturday for me. I was here for a long day on a Saturday, a day off. So it is, but that's what I get paid for. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, it's just, a lot of FOIA requests lately. That's what I was doing last month.
Okay. Township Planning Commission, no activity. Supervisors report, two things. One is that our accountant, well, the Abacus Rex, I think we're gonna cut ties as far as them being our general accountants. Right now, we're gonna keep them as the, doing the payroll until we get that transition over to a different, either person or entity or something. I spoke with Daryl Dahlberg, who is a CPA, lives in Frankfurt, has his office in Frankfurt. He's the accountant for Crete Township and Wheatland Township, and I believe one other one, and I can't remember what that is. He's a very personal person, very level-headed, nice guy to talk to. He's very receptive to being our accountant.
How much,
He's $75 an hour. Now, I told him, so he's very familiar with township government and the reports that are needed to keep township government going. He says for Crete, he does everything. he pays the bills, he prints the checks, he does the reports, he does the reconciliation, he pays the IMRF. He spends a lot of time over there, and of course he charges for it. And I told him, well, we kind of have that narrowed down, we print our own checks. Right now, we have a payroll service. We're also submitting our IMRF reports, so really it's the reports for the monthly meetings and the reconciliation of the accounts is what we would need you for. And he says, that's a piece of cake. I said, great, when can we start? He goes, well, I'm going to England now. He will be back, he'll be back on the 8th, June 8th, and as soon as he gets back and gets settled in, we're gonna have another conversation. He'll come in, and I am really gonna try to push to get him to be our new accountant.
Does he do QuickBooks then?
Yes, everything he does is QuickBooks, yes, and that, that of course is a big bonus. So that's that. The other item is that we did have our senior prom Friday of Memorial Day weekend. The usual suspects were there. That's all I'm going to say about that. And that's the end of my report. Trustees.
Sure. Food pantry, last week was probably one of my biggest weeks we had. I think I had 32 families showing up. Just a different variety of people every week, basically. So I have a handful of regulars, and the rest are just kind of hit and miss. So it cleaned me out last week pretty good, but I got a pretty good stock coming Friday, so it should be okay. That's all I have.
Okay.
And recycle, so last week picking up couches and cabinets, and literally 5 hours later, there was, I think, a pail out there. I'm gonna contact Vintage Tech again. I think I need to contact county also on signs, but I do not believe signs are gonna be enough.
No.
So, I can ask, what's the name at the county, if they wanna do something about surveillance cameras. I don't know what else to do, because literally these people just show up and just.
At the intergovernmental meeting last week, I complained about it big time to all the other tax bodies. And, if you know people that are, using this for the right reasons, terrific, encourage it, but many people are using it for the wrong reasons. Couches and mattresses and tires and stuff. And I made the comments that I know why Paul Loman took it out of the village.
And they had the same problem then.
Yeah.
Well, my
Exactly.
opinion is that the county, if I call the county and they won't help, I'm not against saying let it go, because it is a non-stop battle.
The only way you can really do it right is have someone here 2 hours a day that monitors it or something when it's open.
It's weekend stuff. They do it on weekend.
Well, I was here that Friday, 8:30 in the morning, and to pick up the stuff, and went back to town probably 4 in the afternoon, and that's when that bucket was there, and I literally was just here picking all that up.
Yeah.
And now I see 2 rims are there, but I don't know, I mean, like I said, I call county, but unless you have surveillance and you can catch them.
I talked to the police chief. He said, put a camera up and try to get it so you can get a license plate. I said, no, it's gonna be difficult to do, because then we can go after them, at least we have a record. He put a sign up saying you're being videotaped. He said, that might deter them. I said, we could try that, but I don't know if that's really gonna do it, so.
Anyway.
Let's not forget though, if they're not putting it here, they're taking it on Cottage Grove and dumping it, and you're gonna get it either way. Maybe it's better to have it here rather than scattered all over the
Well,
town.
then we need to utilize through the police department, somebody that needs to do, community service, and have them come in once a week and pick it up. We gotta figure out something, because I don't have a problem doing it, but it's becoming every week. And then you get it done, there's stuff out there, so, I don't, you gotta figure
And some
something.
of it is when, on Tuesdays when they dump it, if we have a south wind and it's the top dumpers, I mean, when they dump them on top,
Right.
it just flies.
Well, yeah, you're right, but when I came here, there was 3 empty dumpsters that Friday, and there was stuff literally on the ground, like 2
Oh,
ladies
everything-
put it
okay.
inside the dumpster. I helped the lady that came and unloaded her car with whole back seats full of newspapers, no big deal. But you do have some of it for blowing, but it's not just that. I picked up nails, picked up, I mean, just,
Well, you wouldn't be surprised, I mean, like I
oh,
said.
I know, you see it every day, you
Yeah.
drive right by it.
I mean,
So, I can call county and ask them what, complain to them, but I don't know.
find out what they have in other spots, what they do.
Well, they're gonna tell you probably a fence and a gate in a certain amount of time. Well, at night, they're gonna put it in front of the gate.
Oh, yeah, they will. And you could remove these, and I'll guarantee they'll still dump here.
Yeah.
So either we utilize, like I said, community service people or something to help come in, like, this wasn't Jerry used to come in, RC and help?
Terry Aristide did, yeah.
I mean,
But he wasn't doing it for community service though.
Thanks, just helping.
Right.
so I don't know, I mean, whatever, we need to figure out something, because it's an ongoing
'Cause
battle.
I know Joe Gardner and all them are.
So those three guys we mentioned at the meeting, last meeting, yes, those three guys came, that's after the big win, and helped pick that all up, that was outrageous how much stuff was on, so. I don't know.
National Honor Society, come out, community service, no?
Yeah. Well,
There's quite a few.
unfortunately, they won't do it during the summertime.
But if you get that filled, talking about that still, and the fence up there, and a camera, and you could contain it,
Right.
hopefully keep it from blowing around so much. I mean, it's just,
Well, the fence would contain it, but you can't put a gate
Plus, the
up.
fence
They
would
will
have
load it up
to
in front.
be, the gate would have to be as wide as all the dumpsters
I
are.
mean,
Actually dump it.
a U-shaped fence around just to contain.
Oh, like a three-sided fence.
Right, and then you're
Tall
you're
fence.
under surveillance, and, I don't know, it's gotta help. I mean, I don't know who pays for it, it's,
Well, that's just it, I don't know. if
You know what gets me is that, at the school and other businesses, there's dumpsters, and you don't get people, at least at the school, we don't get people putting tires and mattresses at the dumpster at the school. And at the one by the grade school is open to everybody's there for beach or rec, for
Well, I
softball.
think the problem is, because last meeting Teresa said, somebody called from the other side of Frankfurt, called the county, had 35 TVs and brought them here.
Right.
The county's telling them, so once I think these people outside the township find out that this is here, then they use it as a
You
dump.
see a lot of Indiana cars here, you see, I mean, it's a lot of people who dump in here.
So, it's not just the township and locally, it's from long distance, and that's the ones that don't care. Like, I just seen on TV halfway down the hill, so like, I had to have the guy helping the, I could not lift that one TV by myself, just too heavy, so.
Yeah, and it's recycling, these are.
Well, I left her a message last week, but I don't know where the hell, why she was.
Yeah, 'cause I was there this morning, because I seen them sitting out, usually when you're sitting out, it's like, and they're packed to the ceiling.
So, they're gonna call it, can't, but anyway.
isn't there a limit to the number of old TVs there?
Yeah, really, you think everybody beach, there must be a hell of a deal at a TV place, because everybody beach got
Businesses
TVs.
are not supposed to dispose of their electronics here.
Right.
They're not supposed to, but we were in a meeting, 6 months ago, when the guy pulled over the pickup truck and threw in like 30 monitors. Oh, yeah, clean my garage. Yeah, clean your garage. It's not, that's just not. So I'll call the county, we'll see what we can do about surveillance. I mean, Intertech was supposed to help us sign, he still hasn't gotten it, so I'll go back to the county now.
Well, you have surveillance on the gas can, or gas pumps.
To run out there, I mean, I know you have 2 extra cameras, you're almost better off just putting a small one
I'll
in here,
put right on top of the thing.
and just put your monitor in here. Because the wire is what kills you on running.
You have to go wireless,
Yeah, see, I'm not wireless.
so, no, it's not the county.
It's usually a DVR type of thing, so it goes 24/7.
Motion activated.
Motion though, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a problem, no power out there. We gotta figure something. So, that's all I got.
Okay, so we're just gonna let it ride until we come up with an answer.
Well, you
anyway.
can't do anything until the county's gonna kick in. I mean, why should the township people pay for fences and pay for, it's not just the township problem. I mean, it's stuff from the whole county. That's where the majority of the big stuff comes from.
Well, the program is initiated by the county, right?
Yeah. That's
So
the
that should
problem.
be
They
the
call
county,
it-
should be supplying us with signs of fencing or a person or
Almost need to
somebody.
meet with, what's her name? I don't remember her name, the county. You told me that way back when we started.
Yeah, I have already written out something.
Get that to me.
Yeah.
But I'd have to get the county, otherwise township people will pay for it, and that's not right, because that's not, majority of this problem is not, I was here, the guy pull up in an Indian place, like you said, dropping the TV.
Yeah.
Once they find out it's here, they come from all over.
Okay. Okay,
I don't have an answer for that, I don't know.
Ted?
Dog park, I talked to a couple of village officials, they're becoming interested. They've had requests about it. I've had several more requests about it. And they're talking about this property right out front, possibility to put it there. And I kind of like the railroad site down next to the gazebo, or, the old lumberyard. Well, whatever. So I've again made arrangements with Scott and the committee to discuss it.
Do you still have the drawing that I did for out here, for the dog
I
park?
think I do.
Because I know that Greg was kind of, he goes, well, come up with a plan and what you
Actually,
want to
I
do.
was gonna take that drawing and I did a budget on it, like
Okay,
number of fence posts and
right.
benches and doggy dispenser.
And it wasn't gonna be a cyclone fence, right? Chain
No,
fence,
it's
it was
gonna be-
like a farm fence,
Farm fence.
wood posts.
And, low budget.
And I believe the village said that, it can be there as long as they don't have a need for that piece of property. And once they didn't have a need for it, then they would want us to take it
Well,
over,
yeah, that,
of course. Is it okay?
to move a dog park is.
Yeah, right.
Dogs are very mobile things, Can go anywhere. But, why not? So anyway, we need to talk to the village, because they're interested in it, which is great, because
Yes.
they had the revenue source, they had the dog tags, they had the dog owners' names, and
Should it just not be a village issue?
is it a village?
Should just be a village issue.
Well, yeah, but the ironic thing is that people ask me, why do township residents, rural residents need a dog park? It's because their best friend in this world is their dog, and their dog needs to be social. And they really believe it, and it may be true, I'm not a vet, but they really want their dog to have social time. So, that's what it is.
Right. And Ted and I have had this discussion many times with this dog park over the many years that we've tried to get it going. But like in Munster, they have one at Centennial Park in Munster. They have a night, it's a beer and wine night. You bring your dog, they sell
Right.
beer, they have parties and the
Yeah.
people sit around, they let their dogs go, they have a party, they have a band playing. It's a whole big social thing.
Well, that's for the people. And it
Right, for the
does-
people.
and it does become a social issue, that dog lovers can talk dogs, and,
I thought we were banging somebody.
anyway. And it's a pretty much a low-cost, advantage, or what do you call it, attribute to the village, or city, or town, or township. I think it's worth, I don't
Right.
even have a dog, and I think it's worth.
Well, I think what you're gonna get from the village, and not discussing now, but is that township people have to pay for something. If it's privately funded, you can get a fund from your wine and beer.
Well, it's also, you have to be in a membership to use the park, and that's where you generate the monies to cut the grass and provide the plastic doggy.
Right,
Bags and
disposal
stuff like
thing,
that.
your benches.
Right.
And then there are other issues like water, but
Yeah.
you
Waters.
bring your own water,
Right, and it doesn't have to be full-blown, high-end dog park right away. You kind of work, you put a fence up
Right.
first,
Right,
and then you work your way into the rest of the amenities.
build membership and,
Yeah.
good results. So, yeah, it's encouraging, because people are starting to talk about it, so we need to see it happen. Another thing I have, 3 senior events, I just got a note from Teresa. We got the racetrack coming up on this Wednesday, 10 people signed up, 10 seniors on that, and if you're interested or come by either way.
The racetrack, this one's
Yeah.
coming up.
Right?
What's the date?
June 11th.
June
And for the $17 or $18, you get right over there, you get admission, of course, but you get a program, you get pizza, you get snacks, they give you funny money to bet. You get your picture taken with the winner.
So-
I think we might have got a ride in the pace car.
Mhm, 2 people.
So I would like to go, I am not a senior yet.
How old are you?
Well, you're a township,
53.
official.
So you can go.
Yeah, any township
Yeah.
official can go to any,
Alright.
to any event.
I would like to
Yeah.
go.
Just like moving.
How about that? You
Yeah.
look like you're a senior. This gentleman
No,
looks-
absolutely not, yeah, any township official can go.
Okay. Well, I would like, yes, I would, okay, well, I'm good.
I let Kevin come to movie night.
Second one?
Yeah,
Okay,
So anyway,
great.
What time does it start?
most times, 7:10, isn't it?
yeah, so we're leaving
No, I was
6:30 maybe,
That's good.
I think.
And you said 15 on the Sox game thus far?
Yeah, and so far 15 people signed up for the White Sox game. We bought 25 tickets for that. And 8 people have signed up to go to the barn quilt tour, which I've got to create before September 17th of September. But actually, I've been researching barn quilts, and it's going to be kind of interesting. So,
So how, we kind of talked about this at the thank you dinner that we had in April. In order to get more seniors out for these activities, because sometimes, you know, not that they're gonna see the YouTube video or read it in the paper after the fact, but there was one idea is to put on the buses.
right.
I was just thinking, you put a flyer on
Pamphlet,
buses, that would get them.
And then, you know, it was mentioned that, well, then you might get people from Crete. I said, well, we bought the tickets, and you bought the whole thing. I'd rather have it full, even if it's not all Beecher, Washington Township people, than only have 3 people sign up for it because they're in Washington Township.
Right. So I think Teresa pretty much handles that, and she qualifies people, and I think she makes that available.
Well, because I know it wasn't that it was discouraged that people from outside of the town, our township, couldn't go to these things, but it was kind of open to the residents here primarily, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you got 3 people going to the play or whatever that you had a couple months ago.
Right.
And you already bought all these tickets, and it's a shame to eat those, we're eating the tickets anyway.
Right. That gets to be kind of problematic, and if somebody calls up and says, can I come? You go, no, you can't, until we find out if we have enough tickets sold.
Right.
You know, then they change their plans and make other arrangements, but, I guess just communication, and somehow keep the lines open, because if people know that we can't afford to do this if we don't have the participation, then,
It's in the newsletter, right? All this stuff right now?
yeah, we mentioned this stuff in the
Can
newsletter.
we put a bunch of newsletters, I'm sure we have a bunch left, can we put them on the buses?
Sure.
And I mean, so something's already made, or make copies of what.
I have flyers for all kinds of stuff, and you can put the,
Can we just do that? And I don't think we're gonna get 100 people from Crete that wants to go to the baseball game.
No, but if you look at the paper, there are lots of senior things going on. That's one of the troubles.
July, sometime in July.
Is there another movie night before the baseball game?
I have a movie night in July, I don't recall the date.
'Cause I was just thinking, like the last movie night would be perfect, and like 1 or 2 prior to that, is having a flyer here. So anything that we have as a get-together for the seniors and having something to give them.
Yeah.
That would be something.
I mean, I've always done that at the breakfasts and stuff, I put together a program, I just haven't done it at the other events, because there's usually, there was 25 people here at the last movie night, so.
Yeah.
you know, 23.
Plus, the movie night's free, and you gotta pay for these other things.
Well, it's still
You
one of
might
them.
not get the same people that are at the movie
Right.
that wanna go there, but they might not know someone.
That would probably be more of an advantage.
Okay. Anything else, Ted?
Well, there's some other ones coming up. We just got a flyer here from Park Forest, and Homewood is gonna be coming out with their schedule, so.
Is that like concerts or something?
Yeah, those are free, which everybody likes, and do a little picnic thing, so. By next month, we'll have some more dates. Trying to do one a month.
Yeah, you're doing great, a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds like fun. That's it.
Okay, I have one more addendum to my supervisor's report. last month, everybody got a copy of the audit, the
Yeah.
audits.
Yes.
Hopefully we reviewed them. I also submitted a copy to Tom Knuth, our lawyer, who also reviewed it and has made comments on it. He is fishing right now in Canada. He said by the next month, we'll have a official comments about it. So we're gonna just kind of hold tight on anything until we hear from Mr. Knuth. Okay, what are we on here? Transportation report. Total ridership for May, 641, which is up again from April. I can't remember how many. I think April was 599 is what I would say.
I had a
Do we have that report, or you have the only one?
I might have the only
Was
one.
it in this one or not?
Riders, no.
You gotta add them together.
Well, it's just the whole thing that's, this is only for Washington Township. Total riders is Creed, is Will, is New Lenox, Green Garden,
Okay.
okay? And then you also have a copy of the monthly report from Teresa. You know, even though our ridership is up, we're still running at a deficit, which can't really continue too much longer.
Is that deficit taking into consideration our contribution to transportation, like Creek Township, if we, you know,
Yeah, it's always gonna cost us money, so, you know, for our riders, it's always gonna cost us money.
and that operating deficit includes our riders?
Yes, correct, which is, our township riders is 166. Crete has the most at 403, so, and they're contributing.
But if our deficit, if I'm just doing a general look at this, if our deficit's $3,100 and we had 160 riders, it's costing us $20 a ride. Right?
Okay. Simple math, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just basic. So the question you gotta ask yourself is, are the motors prepared? Is that on a monthly basis, you know?
And you gotta look at the revenue that's on there is really from the cash box,
It's from the what?
the fare box, or
Yeah.
the
That's
box
not
is
the
on,
total,
that's,
that's just fair transit report.
Oh, okay,
That's just a fair transit report.
yeah, right. What do you think on the entire transportation for area and aging and everything else?
yeah,
She gave you a copy of that. She should have.
she gave me, you know,
That is-
that one I sent.
She gave you the, oh, she forgot. She had to make a copy.
This was, this is just the ridership. This is,
Let me go get my copy. She gave me a copy, because I requested it.
Because that's the number we need to know. Because it's like, do you want me to have the roads plowed in the winter, yes or no? Yes, I do. Are you willing to pay $3,000 in taxes for highway maintenance? No, I don't wanna pay it. Well, we're not obligated to do this. But if we had some hard numbers, we could make a decision.
See, we received last month, $10,482 through area on aging, PACE, which would be paratransit rides, other rides that would include individuals that get United Cerebral Palsy funds
Right.
and refunds, and cash box, $10,482. And our total, I think the best way to do this is to look at the actual bills for the month
Right.
and compare it to the actual money that comes in, and then realize that Crete Township and Will Township pay their share.
Right.
There's a formula that everybody's agreed to, that this is the actual number of all of our expenses, and they pay their share. So we're basically, like you said, Ted, we're paying for just the Washington Township rides that aren't covered because we aren't
Well,
generating.
yeah, unfortunately, we're also paying for New Lennox and Green Gardens too, because they're not really contributing.
So last month total was $13,675, and we received $10,042. But funds come in late too. I mean, sometimes the some of the United Cerebral Palsy funds are a month or so behind. So it's close, but it's not an exact snapshot. What I can do is I can forward you a copy of the actual quarterly report that we send out to them, and that they used to pay. But yes.
Okay, any other questions on the transportation report?
No.
General assistance, there has been some, right now we have no one on general assistance. There has been some EA inquiries, which paperwork has not been filed or anything like that. So as for the month of May, there was no dollars expensed for GA. That's the end of her report.
Hey, and again, I want to thank you, Mike, for putting that number out there, because in the past, we were so in the dark on GA, and I knew there was something wrong, and sometimes you can't put your finger on it, or you can't catch it, but we have an obligation to provide that, and I think we're doing it, and knowing where and how the money's being spent, I think we're doing our job right, because of that.
Okay,
Very relieved.
thank you. That's probably Greg and Bob.
Yes.
Okay. Old business.
This won't take long, the rest of this.
Old business is consideration and approval of carpet for meeting room. As you recall, last month we had some, we had one proposal for carpeting. It's like $11,000. Now, since then, I realized she measured carpet for here and for the office. It wasn't just this square footage, which is really all the thing we were talking about, is really this. Although it'd be good to change everything if you're gonna change it. But it was $11,000. At that time, we said, well, it's probably more prudent to save the money to get the parking lot fixed than it is to get your carpet painted. So that's what I told Ed DeAndra and Kathy Nicholson, that right now, for this year, we're gonna probably hold off on the carpet and save funds for parking lot repair.
So we're done with this? I can
So
take it up?
we're
I'll
done with
take
this,
that.
we take it off the
Okay.
old business.
But just for, how much was the office out of 11,000?
Half.
Really? Wow, I would have thought it'd been a third or 25%. Look at the volume.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
next item, consideration and approval of Washington Township Budget and Appropriations Ordinance number 14-03. Was that the hearing?
It was at the hearing, it was posted, you guys all got a copy, so if you have any questions, otherwise.
Make a motion.
Need a motion?
To approve. Yep, make a motion to approve Washington Township Budget Appropriation Ordinance number 1403-03.
A second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Ted,
Yeah.
Kevin,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
and Mike.
Yes. You're too late for public commentary, so don't say nothing.
What did you guys do right?
All right, new business. Consideration approval of planning commission recommendations, there are none. Consideration approval of prevailing wage ordinance number 14-04 for Washington Township. That was also discussed in, that's the same as, it was discussed in the, well, it wasn't discussed in the hearing, but, do we we have a, same as last year, and the year before that. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
I goes to.
discussion, none?
Ted,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. Item 3, consideration and approval of prevailing wage ordinance, number 14-05 for the Washington Township Road District. Same as last year.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion? Call for,
Paul,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Mike,
yes?
Ted.
Yes.
This one kind of threw me here. Consideration and approval of revised Washington Township loss control policy.
When we paid the Torma bill, they made a recommendation that you have a loss control policy in place. We passed the policy in 2006. I looked at the policy they enclosed, the sample policy is exactly the same policy that we passed in 2006. Well, there's probably no reason to make any changes to it, because there were no changes based on their recommendations. But I just wanted it to be out there that we do have a loss control policy, and it is not, their recommendation is unchanged from 2006. So,
Okay, so we need a,
so
motion, please.
Nope, we're good,
Oh,
we're good.
we don't have to approve the revised,
Because that was not revised.
oh.
I didn't know if you guys wanted to revise it, but why would we revise something that, you know, they're giving us a sample policy for? So, it's good.
Oh, so it
It
didn't
did
come out
not.
this year saying this is,
No, no, I thought it did originally.
oh, okay, I
So,
got you,
yeah,
okay.
it wasn't revised. It was identical.
Okay, item 5, consideration and approval of a monetary sponsorship to the Beecher 4th of July Commission. Last year it was $500. Kind of made it verbal to the 4th of July Commission for $500 for this year.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Kevin,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Ted.
Okay, pay the bills real quick.
There are three, you have three accounts, again, this month. You have the road bridge town account, and there was another payment out of the insurance fund for the Torma bill, which was $12,061, which was our share that was paid out of the insurance fund. So there's three different ones, and you guys can, if you want to see anything, let me know.
Well, let's do this one because it's short. This is for the insurance fund. $12,000 and no cents. I need a motion to accept that.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, discussion?
Ted,
Yeah.
Kevin,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Paul.
Yes.
Okay. What are you looking for?
He's looking for the town account. I said Laura.
So we do first, town council?
Town account.
Just sign it.
I saw it.
Send it back, please. 12,000.
60.
Why is Abacus 1 week stay down than the other two?
Some people are paid monthly, some people are paid every 2 weeks,
It's not a payroll, it's a.
based on their pay cycle.
Paycheck.
Mhm.
On the youth commission, I know we did $1,200. That was for, we're doing 200 per event, wasn't it? And we're good for a whole year now?
Correct.
So-
100.
100 per,
Yeah, 12
100,
events.
okay.
12 events. We're sponsoring 12 events.
Okay, so we're bid for a full year for?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything look good there, Mr. Senior Trustee?
Are we pretty much gonna be done soon with Bridge Lane, on the new guy comes on?
Yeah, so in order to make, again, another transition, Tom will stay on board until the end of quarter, which is June 30.
Oh, okay.
And I'm hoping that the new guy then can pick it up quickly, which I'm sure he can. And then Tom, of course, says, his famous line, "I will never leave you in the lurch." I don't even know what that means, but he said that if beyond that, if you need help, he will certainly help with anything.
I'll go on the record again and say Tom has been outstanding.
He has really
Done
gone above
anything
and
we
beyond
asked
what
him
we've asked.
to do, he's done it with courtesy and he's been very congenial about it, hasn't complained a bit. He'll do whatever we ask him to do. And he's doing, I'm telling you, he's doing more than what he's charging us for.
It's just that it's his intention to leave. It's
Because
not-
he's only charging us half of his normal rate
Wait
anyway,
till we see the new guy.
you know, so.
Yeah.
Hey, on number 3789, Prairie Disposal for 20-yard container.
That was your share of
The garbage.
garbage that didn't go into recycling.
Oh, we're-
Right, so we have to
I've
pay for
been,
it.
I've been picking them up otherwise,
Oh.
but that one was three-quarters
So
yours.
The favors are over, we
Yeah.
can say, huh?
I was gonna ask the county to pick it up too, along with everything else.
That would be good. I mean, that was 300, that was a whole yard, I mean, a whole dumpster, right?
Yeah.
I think we should approach the village and possibly sharing the expense of it, because we've saved
where it all
up on
comes
a big one of that. I think we should.
The old Mariner.
When you keep what happened blinded.
We can't see problem. That's why I went to curbside recycling.
I would comment, but I was told I can't.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the bills presented for the month of May or June. Total being $36,181.90.
A second.
Discussion?
Ted,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Kevin,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. Next bills are Road and Bridge.
Pick one.
Prairie material, what do we do?
No, and chips for, Township. 850.
Like, picked up?
Yeah.
Is that both of these?
There was a little bit of road mix in there, and that's $525.
Oh,
$525. We're under contract.
850 a yard?
Fine.
850 a ton, I'm sorry.
And Jerry, the lighting project is
Done.
done, right? 100% out, it's all outside, it's some inside stuff too, right?
Yeah, no, most of it was inside. I have to figure out now, once we get all the bills, of dividing the bill between you guys, us, and the village, or school districts.
So this bill for 23,000,
That was the total, I got all the,
so that's the whole thing, and then from that, you're gonna then charge back charges? Is that what you're saying?
right, well, we
Okay.
we got income of 20,000. It only cost me $2,020, something like, just a little over $2,000.
They had a grant.
Right. I got all the grant money,
Hmm?
and I paid the whole bill, so I'm out a little over $2,000. I have to go down and I'll figure out.
So of that 2,000 is what you're gonna just
Split, yeah.
split up?
Right,
So really, the project only cost us,
$2,000.
well, individually, it cost us a lot less.
Oh, right,
Yeah, okay.
Divided by 3.
yeah.
Or-
And like, school district didn't have that much, they only had a small section. There's, so I want to go by per light, because I have a bill for the lights. So we can figure it out per light. Because you guys have the outside lights, some of them, we have some of them, but I had more inside, you only had very little done inside here, because you were all up to code.
Yeah, none of these lights got changed.
No, I think there was only a couple in doorways,
Like
and
a CFL or something like that, is that what they put in, or they didn't put an LED in? Right.
they did some LEDs in there, I
Oh,
thought.
okay.
Have you received the grant yet?
Pardon?
You haven't received the grant yet, have you?
Yeah, we did, it's all in.
Okay, so we paid
But these are-
we paid a $23,000 bill, and there was a $20,000,
Right.
check that came.
Checked
okay.
us. And we didn't have to pay that until we got the check.
Okay,
The state was a little stingy on paying.
actually, the total bill, Jerry, was $23,316, so it was $33,16 is what you're gonna have to divide up.
All right.
And then those LED lights are, I mean,
My bill, you can notice it to the, on my electric bill, it's down almost $80
Yeah.
a month, and I have not changed, except for the lights.
And the lights are brighter.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you can notice it with your outside light. I mean,
Yeah.
your outside, oh, you're LED now.
Yeah.
Because the outside lights are all yours on your meter.
I know at the school district, for some of the lights, it went from a 50 amp to a, you draw to 2 amps. 2 amps per light fixture.
It's 95%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, do we have a motion? Is that it as far as comments? Okay, we have a motion to road and bridge account.
So moved.
72,456.08, Paul?
So moved.
Okay.
Second,
Second.
discussion?
Paul?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Ted?
Yeah.
Okay, upcoming events, our next meeting is July 7th, 7 o'clock. There's no movie this month, right?
There is a movie in July, yeah. I'm not sure when.
I hope it's a Tom Hanks movie.
It's not, it's Gravity.
I'm not coming.
It's Gravity.
The last two were done.
Here, you have to find it.
What is it? Is this, what, Gravity, is that what you
Yeah.
said? Clooney movie.
Clooney and that boy.
Okay, we're gonna go into executive session
For the purpose of
for the purpose of
discussing.
discussing what did I tell you in the email?
Oh, no, that's for, this is, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, this is for the discussion of the possible purchase
Yes,
of a specific piece of property, correct?
yes.
This is a specific piece of property, land acquisition.
Land acquisition, which is a
That's the
legitimate
proper
reason,
word.
which is a legitimate reason to go into executive session. We need a motion?
Motion to go into executive session.
Motion should also include any invited guests that are elected officials.
Yes, which would be,
Which are elected township members.
so, you guys get that motion?
Yeah, so
We need a
moved.
motion to go into executive session and to invite the elected, yes.
And there might be a third one coming.
Okay,
Trustee
so-
Wiggum might be coming.
All right, so, Greg, Bob, and Scott, along with Mr. Meyer.
Yes, you can stay if you like.
Okay.
I'm gonna read this. Wait, just get this written. Yeah, it will. So we get that roll. So the motion is to go into executive session to discuss the land acquisition of a specific piece of property and to invite local officials, Greg Samansky, Bob Barber, Scott Willing, as well as Jerry Meyer. That's the motion.
Okay, and we have a second on that?
Second.
Any discussion?
Paul?
Yes.
Ted?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Kevin? Okay. Let me
Okay.
turn off the recorder.
7:55.
Yes, thank you, 7:55. Let me turn off the recorder. I do have to record this as well. And I had to buy a new tape machine because mine died.
Did
The
you
township-
go to that recycling bin?
The township actually bought this one.
Bob, did you go to that Route 1 thing?
Yes,
I-
Greg went,
I was there.
George Scudamore went,